Hi, Fruity Cuties. What's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. And today the question of the day is, where do I get my protein? 15 years on a raw food diet. And before we start, I know this looks a little crazy to have all these empty cantaloupes next to me. But the truth is that I've eaten 3 cantaloupes today. And I know that's a little crazy, but you're never gonna survive unless you get a little crazy. Okay, that was random as fuck. But no, they're just really good. They are really, really ripe and really delicious. So where do I get my protein? Thanks for asking. I get my protein from fruit. Now, a lot of people think fruit doesn't have a lot of protein, and that is correct. That is correct. Fruit doesn't have a lot of protein. And here's the kicker. Here's the secret. They don't want you to know. The hierarchy enslaving you. You don't want to eat a lot of protein because the more protein you eat, the more disease forms in your body. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we've been lied to. And in 2011, there's hair in my mouth. There's honestly hair everywhere. If you live with me, oh my God, I feel so bad for my future husband. There's hair everywhere, all the time. Okay, focus, Jeanette. So in 2011, I went raw and I woke up to the truth, which is I don't need to hurt animals to be healthy. And in fact, the less protein we eat, the less disease is formed in our body. Humans do not need a lot of protein. That's why I have eaten a raw vegan diet since 2011. I am clearly not protein deficient. I am 5'3". I'm 130 pounds. I am not underweight. I am not overweight. I'm at the perfect weight. Okay. Some even call me thick. Okay. But I think that's a compliment. Anyway, I do not have a protein deficiency. Oh my God, how is this possible? That's because fruit has more than enough protein for a human. Every 3 years, I get a blood test. You can check on YouTube. I have over 3,000 videos, and I've taken my blood test 2 or 3 times since being on YouTube, and I put up the results, and every single time, my protein is above average. So I eat 95% of my calories from fruit, for the last 15 years. So do not worry. You do not need protein powder. You do not need to eat nuts and seeds if you don't want to. I do eat nuts and seeds for, at night for a nice dressing in my salad, but you don't need to. And you will not lose your hair. I don't know if you could tell, but I am not losing my hair, even though I fucking just dyed it. So I bleached the shit out of it just now a few days ago, but still here, still holding on. My nails are not brittle. In fact, I got toxins on them right now, and I don't wear any makeup. I have no skin issues. I have no health issues. I'm not B12 deficient. I am definitely not protein deficient, and I'm a fruity cutie with a booty, okay? And I highly recommend you learn how to eat a raw food diet the right way instead of all this fear mongering that's going on around the internet. So if you want me to coach you, I can. I'll leave the information below. I'm doing a live course right now. It starts actually tonight, but I really just want everyone to understand protein is the number one misconception about diet that needs to end. And if you ask me where I get my protein, I will know for sure that you are new and welcome. I will also know that you don't know anything yet about nutrition. So 99% of the world is still wondering, where do I get my protein? And, even doctors, and this is a true story. A doctor in 2011 told me, okay, that I was gonna die of a protein deficiency if I didn't eat at least complete proteins. So beans or quinoa or things like that, or tofu. I have not had beans or quinoa or tofu. First of all, I've never had tofu in my life. Beans I used to eat when I wanted to fart all night. I used to eat those, I guess 2005 to 2010, I guess, somewhat, because I was trying to be healthy. And then quinoa I've never had. Maybe I've had quinoa once. Okay, like in 2010, maybe. I don't even know if I've had quinoa, to be honest. So I highly recommend that you get educated, boo-boo, before you ask me or anyone about protein, because we don't need as much protein as you want. I've never eaten complete protein, never. I mean, I have hemp seeds once in a fucking blue moon, but I don't eat hemp seeds for protein, and I don't worry about my protein. I've never worried about my protein. I've never counted my calories. I've never put my food into Chronometer. You don't need to do that. I will teach you how to do it in a simple, easy, sustainable, enjoyable way. Because for me, it's not fun and enjoyable to put my food into Chronometer, so therefore I don't do that. If you want to do that, go ahead, boo-boo. Chronometer is free-o, okay? So do you, boo. But I came to the raw food diet because I didn't want to diet anymore. I didn't want to count my calories anymore. I didn't want to put my food into an app anymore. I didn't want to write down what I was eating. I just wanted to eat when I was hungry, and I wanted to eat food that tastes really good. And that's it. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. All the important links are in the bio, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Did you notice? Sorry, I'm not done. Did you notice that all the people, the bodybuilders that eat all this protein, they die in their 40s and 50s? Arnold Schwarzenegger has had like 3 or 4 heart attacks. Did you notice there's no raw vegans or even vegans, with heart disease and dying, okay, in their 40s and 50s? I mean, look at Chef Babette. Look at these amazing, strong, fit vegans. Look at Fred Bishi, 96 years old, raw vegan for over 50 years. Look at Doug Graham in his 70s. Is he in his 70s or in his 200s? No, sorry, Doug. Oh, I'm going to meet Doug this summer. Oh, who else? Who else is looking really good? Fit and strong, healthy. Oh, Ms.FitVegan. Have you seen? Trust me. There's Will Tuttle in his 70s, looks amazing. He's not like the fittest person on earth, but he looks young as hell. And let's just all focus on Chef Babette. I think she is like the ultimate queen. Vegan for 40 years now. Super strong, super healthy, no protein deficiency in sight. You got to stop asking about the protein thing. And when people ask you, and they're going to ask you, like that's the cost of being raw or being vegan. You're going to have to answer, where do you get your protein? And the answer is, mind your fucking no. The answer is I tell them the truth, which is I get my protein from fruit, and then people are like their brain explodes, and it's fun to watch people's brain explode. But if you want, you can say nuts and seeds. Everybody knows there's lots of protein in nuts. Ooh, that's how you know it's not human food. You missed it. Nuts and seeds are fun and helpful on a raw food diet, but they are not human food because they're too high in protein. Chew on that, mother fruiters. You understand me? Chew on that. The foods that are low in protein are the fucking human foods. So yes, you can get protein from fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds. There's higher protein in nuts and seeds. That's why we shouldn't eat too many nuts and seeds. Eat as much fruit as you want. Eat as many vegetables as you want. I don't know who likes vegetables, but do it, boo. Cooked or raw. But do not worry about protein, because did you see my last video? As a man thinketh. You worry about protein, you're fucked. You're fucked. You worry about getting unhealthy by eating healthy foods, you're fucked. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to make yourself sick. Love you, boo. A lot of the raw vegans that quit raw veganism, and a lot of the vegans and stuff, they should have read this book. The vegans that quit being vegan were never vegan. And then the raw vegans that go back to eating vegan junk food should have read this book. You have to work on the mind. You cannot just work on the body. Okay? The mind is in charge. That's why I became a hypnotherapist, because I realized, oh my God, my fruity cuties are going to benefit so much from working on their mind. It's not just the food. It's not just the body. The mind has to be worked on. You cannot change your body without changing your mind. You cannot change your mind without changing your body. Okay, I'm not sure if that one's true. You cannot change your mind without... Well, they're interconnected. So yeah, every time I work out, my mind is affected. The number one most underused antidepressant is exercise, and the most overused antidepressant is food. Fucking unhealthy food. Anyway, love you guys so much. If you want to join my course, it starts tonight, officially May 7th, and I will see you there. Check the link below and email me and we'll talk. Okay, bye, boo.